Oh, we're live. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing tonight? Tonight it's a wonderful, wonderful night here in northern New Jersey. I'm really, really enjoying it. The weather is brisk, it's cool, it's comfortable, and damn right, I got my oils. Boop. So this week was an interesting week. If you guys are up on the Young Living news and media, we got a lot of different news in regards to FDA related stuff and regulations. So that's on the back end. I know I'll be talking about that probably next week in one of our upcoming events, just so I can formulate everything and get you guys the latest and best info in an easy and digestible way. But tonight, you guys got a treat. We have with us a cool dude, a younger dude in Young Living, and I love, love, love witnessing younger people in this company make it, because a lot of times in network marketing companies, what I've been able to see is that was cool, whatever that was.
That was a glimmer of light. That's
We were just talking before, so it was a trip. Wow, okay. I'll go into that later. So, but I love witnessing younger people in this company doing it big, because this company is about forming a great big community and a great awesome family. And not only do we have a lot of individuals filled with just such amazing wisdom at a different age, an older age, but now those people are kind of imparting it on people such as myself and Alexander. So without further ado, oh, by the way, I'm Abe. I always introduce myself late, and we both work for a great company called Young Living. They're the makers of the finest essential oils, therapeutic grade essential oils in the market, and create tons of amazing products out there, from literally drinks, quote unquote coffee replacers, to those great therapeutic essential grade oils, which are absolutely wonderful. So if you haven't used them yet, what are you waiting for? And on that note, let's talk to you, Alexander. So give us a quick little introduction, your name and where you're from, Alex.
Hey everyone, my name is Alexander Matos, and I'm from Matawan, New Jersey.
So the first question that I wanted to ask you, which I never really got a chance to ask you, is what was your introduction to Young Living? When is the first time you ever touched a Young Living product, or was kind of shown these products? When was it and how was it done?
Alright, my first real introduction to Young Living Essential Oils truthfully doesn't start with me. It actually starts with my mother. My mother had several consistent experiences when she was visiting our local colon therapist, first the nurse, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with, and she was always talking about how this oil known as abundance would increase your frequency with, attracting money. And my mom would always go over there and she would be complaining about her financial problems, or just she was going in jobs. And you find out that she did like a half-hour worth of calls that were quote-unquote dead at jobs after she got this abundance oil. So she ended up bringing them into the house because they couldn't be ignored. Now, that was my original introduction with it.
Nice. So it was direct relative, basically, huh?
Yes, it was a direct relative.
Nice.
I guess my first big experience with it happened when I was working at a local restaurant, and let's just say it was such great food practices. And while I was doing the dishes, I got a cut. Because the food had a fungus in it, while I was cleaning the while I was cleaning the dishes that evening, I ended up contracting that same fungus, which was strange. At least that's how it was explained. And that's when I actually started meeting a person named Dr. Orest Pelicati. And he prescribed rose ointment and lemongrass for this fungus, which was kind of mutating my hand into a Starfleet command ship. So it was an interesting experience, being that at first I didn't really believe it was going to do anything. And after several weeks of application, it really changed my view because it helped my hand.
Nice, man. And I just want to give you guys a quick little blip of information. Myself as well as Alexander, we're not doctors. We're just kind of sharing our perspectives of how we use these products and what benefits that we have personally faced. We're not trying to be medical experts or anything else like that. We're just trying to share our story, so I just want that to be said and clear. But Alex, you made a really, really good point, and something that I can really relate to is the first time that I really heard about these products too, I was very hesitant. It was as if, you know, somebody said, this can possibly bring you X amount of benefits or some sort of benefit that you've never experienced before. And with that, you know, with that being said and expressed, it was very difficult for me to wrap my mind around it because it was very odd. And especially when you get these in the mail, they literally come in like a tube of like toilet paper. Like, okay, you know, what is this supposed to do for me? Yeah, exactly, the tube of toilet paper. You guys will see it when you get your orders soon. And it's just so mind-blowing. It's like, okay, this thing that's granted this much thing, it looks like this, and it has some plastic thing on it called like an orifice, and what is that even supposed to do? And yeah, you know, and what I kind of discovered is it's a very easy concept to kind of understand and digest. It's everything taken at one drop at a time. And one little subtle shift as adding one little aromatic scent, such as abundance within your story, Alex, or something else such as rose ointment, or anything else like that, from that perspective, can add such immense value to your life. And sometimes it might be so subtle, so subtle that you might not be picked up on it. You can't really pick up on it. And then sometimes it can be very, very vivid, but it just depends on the individual. So the next thing I would like to ask you, you know, Alex, with your team, and I saw your team had a great opportunity to kind of see a couple of people from time to time at Jeffrey Lewis's meetings, the Full Spectrum Healing meetings, and when we went to Pennsylvania, you achieved very, very good camaraderie, good energy, high energy compared to a lot of other people, which I can relate to as well with Rachel, which is up and yelling. You do the same thing. So for the people on this call who have great teams and are trying to develop their team, what's the biggest and best way that you think you can give them an energy boost, or give them a couple different, you know, things that worked for you, tried and true, when moments of hesitation happen, like, I can't build up my network anymore, and I really don't know any other people, and I don't even know anything about this stuff. What would you do?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little bit more harsh with my team than I am than I suppose other people are. I'm a little bit more of a hardball. I guess you can say that's my more masculine energy, if you believe in such a thing. Thankfully, humility does come in a bottle, because if it didn't, I wouldn't have any. Nevertheless, one of the stories that I tell my team is something that Adam Green, one of the biggest members in our organization, he's actually a diamond. He's 25, 26 now, and he's truly one of my heroes. But he gave a speech at convention which essentially says that you're either committed or you're not. It's like being pregnant. You're either committed or you're not. You're either pregnant or you're not. There's no in between. And for some people, something that blunt doesn't necessarily work. So for those who have a softer need, that sometimes need a more heart-to-heart, because people sometimes do need a heart-to-heart. Not everybody thinks the truth is enough, which is totally understandable. You know, for example, I remember somebody talking to me about frequencies for the first time, and when I first got the Young Living, you told me about frequencies. I'm like, go take that hippie mess somewhere else. But in all honesty, there's two things I remind me. One, as an individual, as a business builder, and as someone who's been through a plethora of jobs beforehand, there's going to be 100 times and 100 times again where you're going to want to quit. Don't. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to bash your head against the wall while your tears are coming down your face, thinking that I'm not good enough, I might not be able to do this, maybe this isn't for me. Don't give up, please. Please. Because the only true failure in life is when you accept failure as the consequence, as inevitable. But if you don't accept failure as inevitable, failure becomes a stepping stone to your success. And
yeah. And with, I know a lot of times it can get, discouraging sometimes because, and you're in a very, very blessed position, I would say, because a lot of times it's very rare that I find somebody in the direct home that introduces, essential oils to their actual children. It's very rare that sometimes the moms are introducing kids. For instance, me, it was Rachel, somebody totally outside of my, network, and she kind of introduced it to me, and it was very difficult at first, but for you, you had that kind of space of sensitivity already from a very, nurturing, kind, and nice space, and not only that, you got to see it occur. You got to see visually certain things happen with your mom, because I know she has amazing stories.
yeah,
Her,
for my mom,
very vivid.
for my mother, the big stories came when I started doing the business for some odd reason. But we'd always had the oils in our house, and because I have so many different allergies and whatnot, I mean, like, it doesn't matter what it is. I can't have things like Pepto-Bismol way to hardcore medical drugs like penicillin. If you check my, my medical records, I can't have anything. So when essential oils came into my house, this is not true for everyone, and nor am I saying this will be, but for me, they were heaven sent. They were heaven sent. And we already had an organic lifestyle and things like that, so it just, not only was it a heaven sent, it's something that just kind of meshed into the gears, just fit like another puzzle piece. And later on, it would take on another evolution because it would allow me to begin paving the road to my true goal, which is social change through economic intervention. I believe everyone should do some form of network marketing in my eyes. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a businessman. I'm not a holy man. I'm not a medical guy. I'm not a vibration guy. I'm a business guy. I believe everyone should do some form of network marketing. If you don't want to do oils, fine. I totally understand. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like you just saw the FDA thing come through. There's a lot of bridges to cross in this business. But if you're bold enough to cross them, you can truly, truly see how it helps people. Not only in a physical way, not only in an emotional way, but in a spiritual, and if they be willing, financial way as well.
Nice. Absolutely, I agree. And I know whenever I usually see Alexander, to those watching, he's always usually carrying a couple books around, his nice little suitcase, kind of book bag suitcase / briefcase. He always got tons of stuff in there. I know you're probably looking around for you, like, oh, what do I gotta grab?
Oh, I'm just like, it's right here.
It's always around. It's always around.
I'm always prepared to give a presentation from this bag. You want to know about the Everyday Oils Kit? We can break it down.
So let me ask you a question. If you would recommend 2 books that have kind of helped you so far, gain a better perspective about just things a little bit in general, possibly, what would those 2 pieces of literature, be? And I love asking this question, especially towards the end, because a lot of times people want to get your insight. But what 2 books can you say added the most value to you and those around you for you to be able to serve more from the heart?
Wow. This one's actually a very difficult question for me you have to understand, when I first began doing the business and when I first began my adventure here, I hated reading. Let you know, I didn't pick if it wasn't for a report in school, and I've taken a sabbatical for the last year. So reading was just not my forte. But that being said, now I crunch books like they were Pop-Tarts, or I crunch books like they were, you know, my first meal of the day. It's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. I don't get out of bed till I've read something from a book. Currently, due to my upline's recommendation, I'm reading Mastering Influence, which I think is very important for people because it teaches people to first work on themselves and then learn how to influence others through tactics that aren't fear, that aren't power, that are truly adding value to other people's lives. The other book that I recommend reading, which is actually a short read, is actually by Brian Carruthers. It's My First 10 Million, because it breaks down a very important concept. You don't necessarily have to read the entire thing, so long as you understand one concept. Your relationship with wealth. How you believe money to be. If you believe money to be evil, then of course you will not attract it to yourself, because you believe it's something that's not good, it's not something that you want. You know, if you believe it's a tool to be cherished that can get you to the next level, that can get you to where you want to be, then you can have more of it. It essentially changes one's paradigm. It changes one's understanding of the idea of wealth, the idea of money. And as soon as that bridge, the gap has been bridged between that concept, that change in thought, then not only do the oils look easier to deal with, but the business. And then lastly, I'd recommend carrying the EDR. Carry the EDR. For those of you who don't know what the EDR, what the EDR is, it's the Essential Oils Desk Reference. So carry it, please, everywhere. If you're already in the business, all is well, carry it. If you're not in the business, but I have already met someone and read it for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, it'll be like taking a class. 2 minutes.
I totally agree with you there. So the last question that I kind of have for you is, if you can give one person a word of encouragement about essential oils, not coming from a space of business, not coming from a space of health, just like one place coming from the heart, that if somebody's never tried these, what would you kind of tell them in one, quick, heart-centered few sentences?
No, I can only recommend one oil.
No, what would you do? Not recommend one oil, but for instance, if somebody who's watching this has never tried an essential oil or any of the products from Young Living, what would you say to them from the heart?
At the end of the day, I can't make this for you. Every decision that you make is your own. If this isn't something that you feel vibrationally is right for you, or if you're already looking at this thinking this is really stupid, then I totally understand where you're coming from. It is a major transition, and it is a big transformation for a lot of people. It's not something that's easily accepted. Neither is the business easily accepted in today's society. But I urge you, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told my speech course before I left it back at Brookdale. Learn to do your own research. Because if you cannot question what you think is right, if you cannot question what you believe in, then congratulations, you don't truly believe in it, one. And two, you are scared of the truth. And that, my friend, is called willful blindness. And if you can live with that, that's okay. You know, if you do go do your research and you find that still isn't for you, great. But at least you gave your honest shot. You gave the opportunity a chance. And if you go and do your research and find that, like most, you truly want to know more, contact one of us. Be more than happy.
I was like a smooth operator. So, Alex, I want to say thank you so much for investing your time and taking your time to exchange the amazing value of exchange with me tonight, and especially those who are watching. I really appreciate it. From my heart to yours. You're amazing. You're an amazing guy. Keep doing what you're doing, and I know everything will work out perfectly for you in the most divinely organized and guided way. So I appreciate you so much from my heart to yours, and thank you for your time. To everybody, you're very welcome. Now, to everybody who's watching this tonight, Rachel, she's kind of doing the back end kind of stuff right now. She just came home. She had a long day. So everybody keep her in your prayers and her wishes. Doing great. Great. Really, really proud of you, Rach. I know you're probably watching this, so keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great, amazing job, sweetheart. I love you with my heart. And now to next week. Next week, Rachel and I are going to do a class. She's really thrilled that I'm doing this with her. It's going to be a cooking-based class with Young Living Essential Oils that I, as well as Rachel, are going to run. And me and Rachel, we make very different things. I mean, we make things such as the lavender lemonade, something really, really easy. Here I do donuts made out of einkorn mixed with an berry sauce, and literally use about 10 different oils. So it's nuts. I've been doing culinary work for about 6 years, even owning a restaurant and helping design restaurant menus here and there. We're also going to keep those who are in the New York City and New Jersey area in mind. I will be doing a pop-up dinner. It's kind of on the hush-hush and kind of a secret location. It's going to be a full, probably a 3 to 4 course pop-up meal, exclusively using Young Living products to feed all you lovely and delicious people, but it's limited eating. So if you guys do want to get more information or for us to keep you in the loop, be sure to email us at abeandray@gmail.com. Once again, abeandgmail.com. We can provide you with a little bit of the event all formalized and done. You guys can purchase your tickets ahead of time. But once again, we love you guys so much. Alex, love you with all my heart.
Much appreciated.
Always and always.
May I ask a question? Is it alright if I give a few shout-outs?
Yeah, go ahead. We got like a few minutes. Go ahead.
Alright. Just want to say, hey Maggie Jones, I love you so much. Glad you took the time to get on and watch this with us. Mom, I love you. Thank you. I really wouldn't be able to build this without you. Same for you, Sue Pellicati. I really appreciate this. Abe, Ray, love you guys. And where's the food? Where's the food? Just where's the food?
We'll be talking about that a little bit soon to kind of get everything. We're getting the gears in motion for it. It takes a few weeks for me to kind of get everything done, and we have a lot of different events coming up. Next weekend, if anybody is in the New York City area, we are going to be at the New Life Expo, myself and Ray, so you guys can feel free to come and meet us. I might even do a quick presentation about mindful eating, which you don't want to miss, which I combine essential oil products and no essential oil products, where I kind of get harmony with food and diet, with my own past as being a coach for people who go through tough times with food and food addictions, as me, myself, suffered from that previously in the past. So it's the New Life Expo. It's at Hotel Pennsylvania. It's going to take place next Friday, Saturday, as well as Sunday. We'll be there. I'll definitely be there for the 3 days, floating around, as well as Rachel. Rachel will be there for all 3 days, doing her thing. It starts on the 17th. I think Rachel said the 17th. So next week, I know it's next weekend, not this weekend coming up, the weekend after that. If you want to check out, you can look up or Google the New Life Expo in New York City. to get a little bit more information on that. If not, once again, just email us right away. On that note, we love all of you viewers so much. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this every single Wednesday. So we appreciate you guys viewing us and clicking subscribe on our YouTube channel, because this gets uploaded right on our YouTube channel. Definitely click subscribe if you don't want to miss out a couple other videos. We're going to be doing a quick fun video in a couple weeks. I just bought a camera, so get ready for a couple great production value, joyous moments, from pranks with essential oils to just living it up. And I love you all so much with my heart. I love you, Alexander, once again. You rule, you rock. And thank you guys for watching us. Stay tuned and like us on Facebook to get more information. Don't forget, if you want to send us some love, feel free to email us at abeandray@gmail.com. And love you. Peace.
Peace.